you still have your skeleton mask on. We're on our way back to Brunswick. I just picked the kids up from school. We got a skeleton, we got Ollie, and we got Ava. I got a number of emails from people saying, you missed this horse, you missed it. I'm ready too. For instance, he was supposed to train in the race bike today, but it was pouring rain all morning. The only horse that went in the race bike today was Memento Mori. He trained very, very good. I waited all the way till about 11:15. The rain, there was a small gap. The track really wasn't that bad for the amount of rain that fell, and he trained very, very good. Preparation for the Breeders' Crown on Friday. He is ready to rock. Dr. Mike is going to go over him tomorrow. And then Wednesday morning, late morning, Kirby is going to head out with Maury. Pickup time is on my side at the Meadows and Dean, and they're going to head to New York. So that's the plan for this weekend. That's our 2 horses that are racing from here. And Megan, obviously, thoroughly pleased with what I saw. I talked to Scotty and Megan yesterday and told them how impressed I was with Tactical Mounds at Yonkers. I thought she raced tremendous. We had a great conversation with Scott about a number of topics yesterday, the horses in Kentucky, and I made it very clear. I just want to know if you can't find me a path for them to compete. Win would be nice, but to be extremely competitive in those classes of Corbin, then they should be shut down immediately. He said Westland Warrior is going to find it difficult. He's gone to the field tomorrow morning. The 2 trotting fillies were very, very good. Scotty was happy with them also. Jimboree and Grand Slam Deal, and of course Gaslight Hall was good. They have a week off in between. I outlined this. I laid out a plan for everybody last night also about how we're going to attack these the second leg for a lot of these horses, and then subsequently the final. Jimboree, we got confirmation she can race with hobbles on next week. There's no rush, as I said to Eric. Just train her in the hobbles, see how she feels, and we'll go from there. So I think we have a pretty clear plan of attack for the 2-year-olds heading into the second leg. Now, heading into the second leg for Arson's going to be much easier because he's coming off a win. Congratulations to all my partners today. Arson was fantastic. Todd McCarthy, great drive by him. Beating his brother. I don't often know what that feels like, but beating his brother in Corbin, Kentucky. He was really, really good today. As you know, Memory and Imagination was scratched. We have 2 horses in Ontario tonight. So, as I started, I'm Ready Too is going to be in the race bike this week and going. A number of people saying, hey, you forgot this one, you forgot that one. My apologies. Sometimes when all those horses are lined up and I'm running through them, I do skip over one. Every so often I'll skip over one by accident. I do apologize. We do have 6 horses heading to Ontario and 2 coming back. Really Don't Care is going to come back and race here until December, where she is slated to sell in the Mount Hope sale, along with a number of other sophomore fillies that will be done racing at that point for us. And then obviously George the Jungle, who's in Wednesday. So a number of people said he wasn't in, but I think what happened was I looked at the entries before Northfield was done. I didn't see the horses in. I'm like, oh my God, the box is full. They didn't get in. The draw just wasn't done yet. My apologies. So George is in through the rail on Wednesday and will be racing on Wednesday at Northfield Park. The 6 heading that way to Ontario. I think there might be 7 actually. I think I'm missing one. Bluebird Tuxedo Hill is going to head over there and jog. This is more or less 2 things. It's twofold. The first issue is there's a number of horses right now that are. What's that? I know. I'll get them. Just go on in. I'll get the groceries. Okay. Thank you.
I'll take the Fruit Loops.
Oh, you're going to take the Fruit Loops. That's very kind of you. Okay. Oh, my God. So the reason for this is we are filling up. We are filling up in Ohio quite quickly with all the babies coming in. We'll talk about the 2 most recent additions to the board. One of them's actually been in the barn for 2 weeks. The other one just arrived yesterday. 2 horses arrived yesterday. So the barn continues to fill up and is going to continue to fill up as we start bringing more of our 2-year-olds back in that have been resting and been rested. So we wanted to move some horses over to Ontario because everybody's just tripping over each other in Ontario. Not as many horses there right now. So what we wanted to do was push some of our soon-to-be sophomores over to Ontario to train back. Now, a horse like Blue Ventura, who is going to Ontario, I fully believe he could probably race at Mohawk this winter if we wanted to, and that's an opportunity that he'll have. If he's not good enough, then we can just bring him back to the Meadows and work on him as he gets closer to his 2025 Sire Stake debut or Stallion Series, whatever it might be. High hopes again, just a fresh look for her. I think she might be a little softer than I'd like, but at the same token, I am impressed with her gait and her growth as a racehorse herself. I just don't know if she's going to be able to get to where we want her to be, and that will be up to her. But her gait, her attitude has definitely changed and transformed over the last few months, and I like what I saw. I didn't like that I didn't see enough speed, but I like what I saw mentally and physically from her. Again, aside from, I don't know where her ceiling is. Again, fresh look. Have her over in Ontario. I don't play nice, very exact same reason. He's a bigger, stronger version of the horse he was just 6-7 weeks ago. Sending him over to Ontario for, again, fresh look, train down. We'll see how he trains down. I have I'm Ready To on this list, but he won't be leaving tomorrow. Oh, he'll know will be leaving tomorrow. There are 2 horses that are missing off this list. We had 7, at the very least 6, plus I'm Ready To, and he's not leaving on this truck anyway, and he may not be leaving at all. I'm missing somebody on this list, so I'll get that to you over the next couple of days. And then, of course, as I said, George of the Jungle and Really Don't Care heading this way. Now, some additional updates. As I just said, there was some new horses in the barn. What's her name? Eyes and Alibis. Little Lies and Alibis, I think, is Isa 10's daughter. Very, very good looking filly. She arrived yesterday, as did Miss Mildred's baby. What's her name? Millie's girl, I think is her name. Both look very, very good. She's smaller than Miss Mildred, but looks like a little bulldog, which is always nice. I see a lot of the Sweet Loos look like that. The good horse of Burke's this year. Now, I'm sure there's tons of them, good and bad, that look like that. But the railway station, or whatever his name is, stocky bugger, and that's what she looks like. We'll get some video for you guys. I know I just don't want to break a horse, have it in the harness for 2 days, and then go out and video it and think the horse is going to be fine. It just doesn't work that way. Most of our horses have been going for 2 weeks now. They're fine, as is the last horse I was going to talk about. That's Sweeney's sister, Joe J. Fotag. Not really sure where that name came from. Most of Joel's horses have a little story behind them, so their names. So I can't tell you. I don't know the name. I don't know the reasoning behind that. But good looking filly. This is a Volstead sister. Still very skittish when she came in the barn, but smart. She's learned a lot over the last little while. The first few days she gave everybody fits, and I was going with her, and everybody said, "Oh, this thing's gonna kill us." And then she got better, and nobody said a word about her in the last week and a half. So really happy with what I've heard and seen from Joe J. Fotag. Also, as I said, we're gearing up for our horses in the Breeders' Crown this weekend. Memento Mori, as I said, trained great this morning. Very, very impressed with him. But how can it's so weird, right? You're heading to the track, and all the time people ask you, who you got there. We just have the fastest 2-year-old gelding to ever have a harness put on his body. That's who we had. It's odd. As I was talking earlier, and I'd said, I told everybody we had, I made that email the other day. We have 2 world champions. We've only had the barn open, 10 years or so, and we've already had 2 horses that have held world records at any given time. And Jason said, "You had a short memory, eh?" I said, "What do you mean?" I said, "We've had 2. He goes, "No, you haven't." I said, "Yes, I had. White Tiger and Memento Mori." He goes, "Yeah, what about yes?" I forgot. We've had 3 world champions. 3-year-old gelding on a half-mile track. Yes, had the world record for almost 2 full years. And all world records are rewritten. You guys know that. But 3 world record holders at any given time in our barn over the last 10 years. And that is quite a feat. And our most recent world record holder is going to be heading to the Big M in New Jersey this week on Friday for his Breeders' Crown debut. Time is on my side, coming off 2 super sharp performances at the Meadows. He's going to stray away from home again and head to New Jersey for Saturday in the Breeders' Crown for 3-year-old pacing colts. And then we have Tactical Mounts, who as I said earlier, I just thought was super impressive in her last mile at Yonkers. Those were battle tested. As I said to Scotty yesterday, we were talking about a ton of stuff, and I told him, I said, those horses, every one of them, whether you know their name or not, will go back to an open trot wherever they came from. And that's the one thing you have to understand. This is a 4-year-old mare who is racing against aged horses, and she didn't need 2 lengths or 3 lengths. She didn't even need 1. I'd say if you give her 4 feet, 3 feet, she's a winner in her last start, and she was exceptionally good. And I just thought a truly impressive mile going into the Breeders' Crown. So 3 horses, 3 very, very interesting cases going into the Breeders' Crown. Now, originally, I wanted to give everybody an update for one thing. Vehement, obviously, we're not going to go from talking about the Breeders' Crown to a qualifying maiden, but that's exactly what we're going to do. Vehement is not going to qualify Tuesday. Or Wednesday. He'll qualify next Tuesday. The reason being, I can't be here Wednesday to drive him. I want to train him just to make sure that he's okay, which I assume he is. And also, we are going to qualify Captain Incredible a week from Tuesday at the Meadows, so I want to make sure that I'm there for that. So I'll qualify Captain Incredible and take Vehement with me, both of them over to the Meadows to qualify next week. So that is the plan for everybody. I think I've talked about everybody. Obviously, I always miss some horses. I talked about Arson, how impressive he was today. Talked about the impressive weekend. No, I didn't, but we did have an impressive weekend, and we've been having a great run. Doing well in Kentucky, doing well in Ontario, doing well in Pennsylvania and Ohio. Just doing well. And so proud of the caretakers and the trainers that have been behind these horses and working hard. All that hard work in the winter when we were all freezing to death certainly paid off this summer. We did a great run. So as we wind down our jurisdictional staking, Kentucky is all that's left on the docket now. Corbin, Kentucky. We also focus on the latter part of the Grand Circuit season, which is the Breeders' Crown coming up. Right after that, we'll switch gears again and start talking about Harrisburg. But for right now, thoroughly pleased with what I've seen in the stable both this week and today, all year, all summer, and excited about what I'll hopefully see in the not-so-distant future. So I will let you go. I'm home now. I'm going to talk to you all very soon. I hope you had a great day, and I hope you have a great rest of the week. Take care.